Welcome back to this first day of action in the Montreal Overwatch League. We are happy to announce that this game is going to be hot as hell.
Well, some very hot, very spicy games.
The Grizzlies are going to debut tonight against Mirage Esports, one of the deadliest teams in the rankings last season. Went almost all the way in the playoffs against Windstorm, just lost. Just by the skin of their teeth.
And played for third place versus Concordia. So
yes. And we will have some action tonight, and it will be explosive. The Grizzlies have been preparing for their debut for a little while now, but they cannot underestimate their opponents, as Mirage Esports has a whole new lineup that includes one of the most talented players on the Windstorm lineup last season, Wiz.
Talented and controversial, so a bit of both.
Controversial, certainly, but talented is definitely something we can qualify him with. Now, Wiz has been one of the best supports of the past 2 seasons in the Montreal Overwatch League. He's been talented enough to carry WeRise to victory along with a lot of other players, of course, in the first season. And he was the runner-up of last season with Windstorm Gaming. A lot of props to him for sticking to his plan of simply being a good player. And he's back this season with Mirage. Let's see what he does with this particular lineup. Last season, Mirage kind of fell a bit down in the rankings at the beginning of the season after losing quite controversial fashion to the 2 best teams of the last season, Windstorm and Rivals.
They had a bit of issues with their roster towards the end of the season, as well as maybe a few games where they maybe didn't try as hard during the regular season and kind of messed up their seeding a little bit.
Had a bit of a rough time finding the right players in the right spot and filling out the gaps of deserting players.
Their owner subbing in as a Bastion main at one point. So.
Yeah, and that was pretty interesting. That was in the playoffs itself, and I really loved that. They actually did quite well for that one. I really liked it. Nevertheless, oh yes, it was against Concordia too.
It was against me.
They won that. I'm just saying.
I've deleted it from my mind.
All right.
We are mariachi bands.
Huh?
I hear the mariachi bands.
Oh, yes. We hear the music, and we are just about ready to get into this first map between the Grizzlies and Mirage Esports. Okay, let's talk about my boy Dunks. Because my boy Dunks...
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good, but he's also pretty young.
Yep.
He's the youngest player in not only Grizzlies, but probably in the league. Which makes him just a prime talent for us to showcase. Dunks, one of the best tank players in the league, undoubtedly, if not the best. He's proven himself with multiple characters in the last 2 seasons. Probably most notable for his Winston play, but can pick pretty much anything he wants and dish out some damage with it. And I am waiting for him to be the anchor for his team's victory today, because that's my prediction. I think the Grizzlies are going to take that one. Do you care to maybe just dip the big toe in the water?
I kind of want to see this go 3 games. I want to see some big plays and some spicy memes and some great character picks. But what I do like is the Grizzlies have been preparing super hard. They're super dedicated to performing to the best of their abilities. So I'd like to see what they prepared for us this game.
And again, Mirage, no slouch either. They will definitely be the team to watch this season when it comes to anything but the Grizzlies. Let's see if they can topple the champions of the last season. Grizzlies versus Mirage Esports is happening right now. For Grizzlies, we have Antol on Zenyatta, Dunks on Winston, Pinking, whoa, that's a new player, or at least a new name, Pinkingo on Diva, Jax B. Oh, that's Pink Flamingo, of course. I just got the information. That's Pink Flamingo, of course it is. And now on Diva, Jax B on Mercy, Nico on 76, Alien 42 on Tracer. And on the side of Mirage Esports, as this team fight is happening, the first team fight of the game, Sheep is going to be on Mercy, Fearless on Tracer, Wiz on his signature Zenyatta, Shovelhook on Diva, C-Money on Genji, and Shen on Winston. Here we go. Pink Flamingo trying to go behind the opposition. Doing pretty well so far. Dunks picks up that one. A lot of work done by Flamingo.
Pretty mirrored comps coming out from both teams right here. The only difference being the Genji for the Soldier.
Playing very standard, but also very centered on basics and good teamwork.
Attack visor somewhere.
Mental doing so well. Nico picking up 2 kills with the visor, 3 kills with the visor. C-Money is the last target to go down on that one. He's going to pick up Shin also after that ultimate is gone.
Is alive.
Sheep simply standing still, waiting for the sweet release of death, and he will be granted his wish as the Grizzlies dominate these 2 first encounters between the 2 teams. Mirage will have 3 ultimates coming into the next fight. 4 ultimates with C-Money's activating right now.
So Shovelhook switched to Orisa for a half second, lost all his ult charge, and then switched back to D.Va. Interesting.
Actually, yes, that is very interesting. I lost the ultimate charge there, but maybe attempting some kind of shake-up here in the lineup. They do have 4 ultimates, just as I said before, and Fearless working on his 265% on him. 3 ultimates on the side of the Grizzlies.
I think they're waiting on his Zenyatta trans.
Going here. We go until trying to defend, using, popping that Transcendence immediately. Doesn't want to be dealt any kind of damage. C-Money caught in the fray here.
Very good.
Very healthy. Okay. Heal back up. Alien 42 going to trade with Wiz on the damage. Dunks is the one that falls for the Grizzlies. That's one piece of the puzzle that's down. Ooh, gets resurrected immediately by Jax B. Presence of mind. Here we go.
C-Money stuff flying all over the place on this screen.
Trying to find a target here. Staying on the payload. Wants to make it move forward as much as possible. Ooh. Recognizes the electricity coming in from the Winston player. Dunks.
Somebody get this man.
You have to take him down.
It's just hopping all over the place.
I'm just saying, there's 53 seconds left, but still, you have to take him down. C-Money gonna finally back off just a tiny bit before dying. Recognizes that the spawn timer probably not gonna be in his favor if he falls to Grizzlies right now. They probably didn't care that much about killing him, just wasting time a tiny bit. 35 seconds left. Mirage is probably on their last foot here. They have to make that payload go the distance, at least for the first checkpoint, if they want to keep at it for this map.
So we've seen this first point be usually the one that's the hardest to crack, and then the second point is a bit kind of easier, but
at least
Grizzlies doing a great job holding it on.
I feel you, Alien. Let's go. Staying on the payload, 7 seconds to go. This is looking pretty dire for Mirage.
Can this Genji get anything out of this Dragon Blade?
Nope.
Goodbye.
Boop. He's gone. We talked about magic tricks earlier with landing TS and Concordia.
Play
Magic
of the
tricks
game.
It is. Yeah, POTG on that last,
The D-Balls.
that last frame of the match. That's 0 for Mirage, and they are probably not very happy about that.
That's the first time in a while I've seen this point first held. Yeah.
Man, the Grizzlies are talented, man. I'm telling you.
They pretty good, man.
They pretty good? They pretty good.
Darn tootin'.
Oh, you want to know what's pretty good? Alien 42 on Widowmaker. That's pretty good.
All right.
All right. You can clearly see my bias here. I'm showing my bias, but man, is this team on point. Mirage is going to have to find some magic, some miracle within them to get that thing going. If they want to hold for a 0-point hold on against the Grizzlies.
If Concordia taught us anything, it's Reaper.
Reaper, man. just Reaper, man. Repositioning. I have the worst Reaper voice of all time. Look at that beautiful landscape. What a magnificent map Dorado
I wonder
is.
if they're going to stick on that Widow. Maybe just for the initial point to try and get a pick.
Of course. Just like I believe Concordia did when they attempted their take on Dorado.
No Orisa from either team, which is honestly quite a surprise.
They're feeling the Winston. I know Shen is pretty good. Shin, sorry, is pretty good on that character. So we will have a clash of Winstons. Ental switching in the last minute to Lucio. Probably expecting something here. Cheeky. Seeing a couple of the characters being used by Mirage through that door, maybe, or just expecting something different. Here we go. We're going to start this map. The payload is on its way. Shovelhook, Shin, and C-Money are all
Shen's from League of Legends, man. Come down. Shen is from League of Legends.
Yeah. I'm not even playing League of Legends. Here we go. Alien 42 immediately gets Dunzoed.
And we saw this is what happened to ETS's Widow. Once you get versus good tank players that understand that if you dive Widow with 2 tanks, she will probably die.
Yeah, completely squished. But they're still getting the trades in. Entel and Dunks doing well for the Grizzlies. Shin trying to back off. Doesn't want to die right now. He is willing to let that payload move forward if it is going to mean a bit more cohesion in the next team fight. Fearless cannot die here.
Mirage needs to hold this right there. You don't want to give up that extra space between the statue and the arch.
My goodness, that is so threatening. You have a Nico with that Pharah in the air. You have to deal with the threat. And Alien 42, just like you said, picking that Reaper, following your advice. We gave it to Mirage. You can't steal that, my guy. Oh boy, this is going so fast for Mirage. They're trying really hard to get some kind of footing on that payload, but oops,
well, if they
he's
put
gone.
Somebody on the payload right now.
Shin probably not the greatest play right there.
Monkey's gonna run defense and try and bat everyone away, and GG. Reaper was OP, dude.
Look,
Reaper is the new best hero in the game. Reaper, man. Subtraction showed us the way. He knows the way.
Absolutely fantastic. What a stellar performance from every player in the Grizzlies. Mirage has to find their center. Just meditate for a little while because we know that they have the talent for it.
That's a lot of soldier damage.
But it very much feels right now like the composition for Mirage is a bit disrupted by the fact that, I mean, the Grizzlies have been working together for, what, almost a year now? So we know that they are proficient and they understand where they have to be at all times. Mirage, though, with the new lineup, probably not as comfortable with every player. Synergy probably isn't what it used to be in the last season. They have to find maybe some kind of strategy to make every single player the focus of one area of their game. It's very difficult to carry a game when you're only talented players against a team of talented players that are also working together.
The also thing that came up into that game is they were really playing mirror compositions, and if you play a mirror of another team's comp and you're just less comfortable on that composition, technically you will get outskilled at that matchup. So if you want to really throw a wrench in their plans, you pick out the Reaper, you pick out the Orisa, something that maybe they might have a hard time dealing with and could disrupt the enemy's offense, but
and on the other side of that coin, both of those characters are mechanically somewhat a little easier on the mind of players, and maybe
especially if your coordination and shot calling isn't there as of yet with your Winston diving in, your Diva following up, and just your overall target calling.
Allows a little bit more focus on preparing the team fight, understanding where every player is at any given moment. And definitely, I mean, it's like you said, you gave the advice, quote unquote, to Mirage to just pick Reaper because that's simple. And then you immediately see
Alien 42.
Yeah, you immediately see Alien go on it on the side of the Grizzlies. And that's just good understanding of how the game is going. You don't necessarily need to go for the crazy pick that's going to be very demanding mechanically. You just go for the simple pick, Reaper, and you just go in there and you smash them to bits. And that's what they've done, and the Grizzlies will try to repeat their exploits of the first map, while the Mirage team will try to retaliate a tiny bit, just poke the bear.
I'd like to see if they adjust a little bit onto Ilios. Sort of a different type of map. You want to see more ledge play, more Lucio, more Moira, maybe things like this, but...
And on certain areas of Ilios, you can see, especially Ruins, in my opinion, you can see a lot more individual play mechanically shine through the rest of the team, which is probably going to help Mirage a tiny bit. And maybe through that, you just have the forward momentum to go into that final game and maybe surprise every one of us. Now, we are going into this one Whew. Tough map to start on.
Yeah, Lighthouse is really brawly. You're going to be fighting all the time, pretty much. There's no real choke point you can contest on maybe the front, but are we actually going to see a man?
They haven't been particularly deficient in the fighting department. I think it was really the positioning department. So let's see how Mirage fares here. With Sheep on Mercy. Of course, you need a Mercy.
Always need a Mercy.
Always need a Mercy. And Nico on Pharah.
Until Blizzard puts her in the dumpster.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about Mercy and back.
There is some inherent fear that you just kickstart when you play Pharah if you're Nico. Just the opposing team cannot do anything but feel the pressure.
God.
Look at those rockets. Straight in your face. It's like a melody of explosives. It's impressive. They're pushing them back so far. They already have the point. No contest on that one. Alien 42 is chasing targets all over the place. He will find Fearless, or at least Nico will. Pick that one up, my boy. You deserve it. 15% climbing still. Mirage. They want something here.
And just look at how many shots landed for Nico. He's already at 100% charge. Comparatively, C-Money just hit 10%.
Incredible. Incredible. Already has the ultimate. Fearless. He does have his ultimate too. Probably a good starting point for Mirage. Yeah, nope, not going to use it on that defense matrix. He saw the big mech. Can't start using that ultimate recklessly. You need it to save the day. Fearless with 72 health. Kind of wasted that med pack.
I do like that.
Here we go. Good decision here. Gonna destroy that mech. Pink Flamingo is free like a bird. Also very vulnerable.
Yeah, we saw the effects of that new res change. The shift being a bit slower and taking quite a while to get killed.
Nico, beautiful rockets. He's dancing in the sky and no one can stop him like a devil.
Nico about the same charge as C-Money right now. A little bit off, but charging his second ultimate as fast as C-Money charges his first. A little bit of a discrepancy right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, discrepancy kind of is the name of the game right now. Look at that. The gap. 95%. Can they even get on the point?
They have a man advantage, but back up again. Mirage can try and capitalize on this right now.
They got the point. They got a chance right now.
Positioning.
This is an opportunity. Shovel Hook will destroy that mech. Pink Flamingo vulnerable right now. Can you pick that one up? Do it. You need it right now, and you know it. Mirage getting that point finally. 99% on the side of the Grizzlies. One team fight, and that'll probably be it, but still a ray of hope for Mirage Esports.
They do have ultimates, though. They didn't use much to get that point. So Mirage could potentially hold this point for a little bit longer.
That was actually a very good team fight from Mirage. Look, you look at the way they fought that one. C-Money got a lot of ult charge. They now have 5 ultimates, and Wiz is the only one who doesn't have his. But it won't be long before he gets it if he plays like he's used to.
That all started off by Dunks going a little too hard. So here we go again.
Valkyrie immediately popping Shin. Does so too. Here we go, the ultimate fest. All of their ultimates have been used. Now Nico probably going to have his. He's going to fall though, but on the next team fight, this is going to be very difficult to deal with.
That was maybe a bit too many ults.
Maybe, especially considering that they all use the individual ultimates at the same exact time. Just one big ball of fury for Mirage. Maybe just trickling those ultimates down bit by bit would have been a bit more sound, a bit more wise, but
the ult's about to come up on the side of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, no time for wisdom on the side of Mirage. They just need that percentage. They have 71 right now, and that is climbing, my friend.
Alien needs another pick here, but Dunk's gonna pick off 2.
Yeah, it's very good, and we saw the ultimate go off from Nico, or at least we heard that, but nothing happened from it. He's getting healed back up after
Unfortunate.
Being ever so close to the brink of death. Oh, they finally got in that overtime. That doesn't look too good. And yes, that is going to be 1-0 for the Grizzlies. Signs of life from Mirage. I like that. I like the fact that they're picking up the pace and they're really getting a bit more comfortable with their lineup, it seems. And that is the sign that we were looking for to maybe see them contest that second round, of Ilios. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, that's great. Great. I think interesting. There was the whole new cosmetic update yesterday. Did you buy any skins?
No, not at all. Not at all. I didn't buy skins because it's difficult for me to decide on which character I'm going to buy a skin on, so I'm waiting.
I think I only play Doomfist now, and all Doomfist skins suck. So I've just been hoarding skins right now. Just hoarding points right now.
With the hot takes right now, Dimmy not afraid.
No.
Not afraid to give Blizzard a piece of your mind,
I wanted
friend.
Santa Doomfist, and they didn't give it to me.
Well, I've been wanting Santa Birdie in Street Fighter for a long time now, and they gave it to Alex, so, you know.
Unfortunate. Both our dreams were shattered.
All right, Shin is on the point right now. Ooh. Is trying to escape right now. The Grizzlies being very aggressive. Almost feels like they're wild beasts.
Dropping, though.
Nobody dropping indeed.
Monkey's gonna get
oh
bullied.
boy! Shin trying to heal himself back up. Ooh, that's a bit of a fumble there. Where are you going, my friend?
Rocket boosted into the pillar.
We saw that. There's no getting away from that.
Somebody clip it.
Somebody clip it. Poor guy just got caught in the pillar right there and didn't find a way out before it was too late.
I mean, I did get stuck on a plant in the qualifier matches, and then it was a great clip for our team. I can't live that meme down anymore.
The memories. The memories you create when you play Overwatch. Guys, play Overwatch.
This is the map where we thought Alien 42's Widow would be pretty devastating, and so far,
been doing all right. Ooh, misses that shot by an inch.
Doesn't matter, Tracer got him.
Yeah, pick up the slack. C-Money, let's see if he can do a bit better than his counterpart on the other side of the map. He's on the ground, though. And a grounded Widow is not exactly the most efficient one. Possibly have. Oh! Disappears! Goodbye! Alien 42 takes charge. Now he's gonna see. What can you see, my friend? 30%
like, I
off.
see you in the sky, opposite Widow.
Oh boy, Gonzo! Fearless is the next victim for Alien 42.
Somebody bring the dubstep and make him a montage.
He's just sitting there. He's just so calm. Alright, C-Money gonna try to retaliate here. Ooh, not a lot of life left on that
You
Widow.
see the difference between a team playing around their Widow and giving their Widow space and a team giving their Widow no space, as in C-Money. He's just getting harassed permanently by tanks and tracers.
I mean...
Meanwhile, Alien 42 is living the dream. He's sitting on top of that pillar.
I'm going to be pretty honest right now. Mirage, I don't think it's about giving that space. I think the Grizzlies are taking the space.
A little bit.
Okay. We're trying something here.
Shin gets Jax B. There's no res.
Behind you.
Oh boy, that is a one dead monkey. Activates the ultimate just in time.
Leaves Alien alive, though. He's going to get that health pack right under it.
Not a lot of targets here. Where are you going, my friend? The ultimate is gone and you couldn't do anything with it. But in the meantime, Mirage got the... What? Okay, they won that team fight, it seems. Nice usage of the ultimate to disrupt the team from the Grizzlies. I don't understand what happened there. I'm sorry, we couldn't see it. But let's be frank here. If the Grizzlies lost the team fight, Mirage definitely have to outplay them by a mile. So Sheep and Wiz will have their ultimates coming into that next team fight. Yeah, that hurts. Alien gonna try to stay awake for a little longer. Shovel Hook.
Drop the beat.
And in the center of that fight. And Shovel Hook is one great diva. Gonna use that. Explode. Not gonna find any targets, sadly. In the meantime, we didn't see it. Not exactly. But C-Money definitely got the better of Alien in that Widow duel. Still doing a lot of damage. C-Money finding the good Flamingo.
All the flying monkeys.
Doing quite well right now. 50% in climbing. They're slowly.
Mirage is doing a great job of following that Mercy.
Fantastic. Your Shovel Hook loses the mech, but it's not going to be too worrisome. At least not right now. I have to stay on that point. It's backing up just a tiny bit to get the ultimate charge and get that mech back up. Ooh, gonna die. Boop, boop. Oh, no, that's Fearless, actually. We changed cameras. Big Flamingo.
Oh my god.
Now Shovel Hook goes down, finally. Dunk's responsible for that action.
Slap. Right.
Take it, my friend. Take to the skies and protect them. For France! Ew, boy. C-Money goes down. Alien takes revenge. And Jagsby revives Antol. That looks like a dead Mirage team. No! Ooh, Shovel Hook.
No mech immediately.
Yes, well, no mech, no diva, no
Get in there,
mercy.
Winston.
Situation is dire for Mirage. This is do or die.
They're just gonna damage boost Alien until.
Yep, this is going to be very difficult.
Widow 76, let's go.
Ooh, no way. C-Money is still trying to challenge, but it's not enough. You had to get on that point, and he couldn't do anything. The
did get him,
Grizzlies
though.
will pick that one. Well, yeah, you know.
Oh, I guess that was our 2-0. I guess the game is over now.
I guess the game is over now. The Grizzlies are looking in shape. Shovel Hook is getting the play of the game here, and let's give it up to him. He held that point for such a long period of time.
He was actually doing a really great job at focusing down the Mercy and keeping her out of the fights so that she couldn't actually get that res. So, yep.
Well, props to the Grizzlies for being so stellar. That was a clean-cut performance from Montreal Esports' own. Look, there's no denying that Mirage is a talented bunch. But if they want to win in this season, you know they will have to practice that synergy and understand exactly where they need to be at all times, because Mirage may be a professional team just like the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies have the track record. They have the championship last season, and they have second place at the Grizzlies Open that we had last season. Let's see what they can do this season. This is only the first match, and I am confident that Mirage can come back from that loss. They definitely lost against the best team in the league right now. No contest. So, just understand what you did wrong. Come back next week or in 2 weeks, whenever your next game is.
Maybe look at that replay a little bit.
Yeah, maybe look at that replay. But there are definitely gems out there. Shovel Hook's play on the central position, holding that point down, was absolutely magnificent. We saw a lot of good stuff from C-Money towards the end of that second round of Ilios. Challenging Alien 42 in a Widowmaker matchup is not exactly the easiest thing to accomplish. So we saw a lot of good things. Shin on Winston, as always, pretty stellar. I don't really think it is about individual play. Every single player on Mirage is incredibly...
It's more about refining that cohesive team play and working well around the comps you've drafted for your team in that game. So
it's going to be about finding the right spots. Now, we are done for the day. Grizzlies took the game 2-0. But we will be back tomorrow. Demain, exactly. Demain pour le beau jeu. Because this season, as it was the case last season, we will have a rotation every week for our English casting team and our French casting team. This season, though, it'll be reversed. Last season, it was Wednesdays French, Thursdays English. This season, it's the opposite. Pretty easy to follow. So today was the English cast. Tomorrow we will be back for some maybe some Susu action. I don't know who games. I don't know who will accompany him into the gauntlet of casting for the French team, but the teams tomorrow, you will see a good couple of newcomers in the scene, and we are all awaiting to see what they can do in this season of the Montreal Overwatch League. We will be back tomorrow with the French casting team. Thank you very much for listening in today, for watching the stream. Thank you, Dimi, for being present. Absolutely fantastic co-caster. I have the honor to cast with you pretty much every week, and it's always pretty cool. It's always pretty cool. Maybe we'll do some kart racer or something.
Kart rider.
At some point in our lives. If you don't know, just check out Kart Rider on YouTube, and you'll probably find some pretty cool videos. In the meantime, we will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching, and see ya.
Good night.